Hello everyone. In last lecture we have started with network forensic. In that we come to know what is network forensic, then how to review the network log. Today we are going to see what are the different tools that we can use in a use for network forensic. So network forensic is very crucial work. As I told you that if if attacker attack on a single machine, then it's easy to find out. But if the attacker attack on a network, it's difficult to find out because first we have to trace out on which machine the attacker attack first. Just write down your attendance in chat box. Okay. So for that, to identify the attacker or a hacker who attack on our network system, we first find out the tools which are applicable for such type of attacks. So these are some forensic tools that we can use. This is the list of forensic tools that we're going to discuss now. So first of all, the tools required for the Windows operating system. And one of the famous tool is sysinternals. Sysinternal is a collection of freeware tools for examining Windows product. These tools are created by Mark Rusinwich and Bracy Coxwell and acquiring by Microsoft. So this is a tool which is the collection of the freeware tools where we can perform the network forensic activities using this such type of tools. These tools are very helpful for monitoring the network traffic truly and efficiently. You can monitor your network and shut down the machines or process that you could be harmful. So using this tool, we can monitor the network. That means which computers sends which packets to the through the network, which computer gets the different packets, which computers regularly visited harmful websites, that we can monitor using such type of tools. We can also use to shut down the machines and process that could be harmful to our system. Okay, so here is the table that give the information about the tools. All the tools mentioned in the tables are freeware, so all these are freeware, so we can just go through the website and easily download it and we can use it for the particular purpose. So first one is the regmon. Regmon is used to show all the registry data in the real time. So as we know, the registry record the all the processes that we uses. Some processes are backgroundly operated, some processes are at the front end. So whatever the processes are used to execute the particular task, that we can monitor using register mon or regmon. Next one is the process explorer. Process explorer shows what files, registry keys, and dynamic link libraries are loaded at a specific time. So using process explorer, we can check the registry key, check the dynamic link library, that is that DLL are installed at the runtime, right? So we never comes to know what DLL are used in a programming. So using the process explorer, we come to know which DLL files are used to perform some task. Then next one is the handle. Handle shows what files are open, which processor are using these files. So okay, next one is the handle. Handle shows what files are opened and which processor are using these files. So handle is a tool used to find out which files are opened when the attack has been done, or which processor process on it. Next one is the file bound. It is used to find out the different activities done by the file one. So what are the different operations we perform on a file? For example, read, write, then update. These all activity we come to know using file mon application. It's a freeware. Next one is the PSEXCSC. It runs the process remotely. So PSEXCC, uh, uh, it's a tool that used to process remotely. That means from here we can handle the procedure on any machine. PSGAT SID. This is the security identifier (SID) of a computer or users. So every computer have a security identifier, and every user also have a security identifier, and that we can get using the PSGate SID. Next, PSKill, it used to kill processes by name or the process ID. We can do it manually also as well as automatically. For automatically, we require the tool. And PSKill kill the harmful processes. Okay, next one is PS list. It listed list detailed information about the process. So what the process are running out, how many space it occupies, which processor is controlled such type of processes. All this information uh, given by PS list. Then PS logon. PS logon display full logon locally. So as in a network, it's difficult to find out who log in on the system. So PS logon is the best tool to identify on which machine used by which user. Next one is the PS log on. PS logon has done. Then PS password allows you to change account password. So it's a network administrator authority that the administrator can change password of any machine. If it is given already, then also then also administrator can change the password. Then PS service, it enables you to view and control services. So what are the services are running at background that can be view and find the actual processes are running. Then shutdown optionally restarts the computer. So PS shutdown tool is used to shut down the machines. Generally, whenever the attack has done, at that time the network administrator decide which machine should be shut down or which must be restarted, which must be started on. So for that, PS shutdown is a useful tool. And last one is the PS suspend, allows you to suspend the process. So if the process which has some illegal activities or malware is there, then the administrator can suspend such type of processes using PS suspend. So these are the tools, and that comes with the Regmon. Okay, so all the freewares are available. As per the attack has done, we can use the particular tool. So this is for Windows. We can use for in Unix and Linux operating system. We can use different tools for Unix and Linux operating system. Knoppix security tools distribution is a bootable Linux CD intended for the computer and network forensic. So for Linux, we can use Knoppix security tool. So it is useful for performing all these operations. Using one CD, we can perform the all operation. There is no need to download all the tools. It provided a single tool that contains all these tools are available. So it perform computer forensic as well as network forensic. Before using the this tool, one has to be adjust the BIOS of the system you are using and make sure that it is booting from your CD. So before start the forensic process, we must set the BIOS. The Knoppix security tools distribution is made by Klaus Knopper and maintained and updated by the Knoppix user. Okay, next one. When you view the network log, the port information gives you hint for investigation. Oh. Investigation. Okay, sorry. Knoppix offers tools of various categories like authentication, firewalls, password tools, wireless tools, encryption, IDs, and HoneyNet's forensic, packet sniffer, vulnerability and assessment. So all these functions are given by the Knoppix. So we can use one tool for performing different operation like encryption, then packet sniffer, check vulnerability, check authority, check authentication, check the firewalls setting, check the password tools, wireless tools, encryption. All we have done using Nopix tool. So Nopix tool provides the different commands that Nopix offers different tools to perform different operation. First one is the DCFL DD that we have seen in a computer forensic also. This tool is used to create the forensic duplication, and for that we use DD command. Memory fetch. This is used for the forces the memory dump. Photo record. Retrieve the files from digital camera. So to get the files from digital camera, we use photo rec. That's not one of popular ideas. Ideas incident detection system that performs packet capture and analysis in the real time. So if we want to know which packet moves from source to destination, at that time we use node. Then owing master helps manage snort rules so that you can specify what items to ignore as regular traffic and what items should be raised the alarms. So owing master is used when the one packet is moved from source to destination. It checks whether it is it valid or invalid. If it is valid, then it allows. If it is not valid, then it raises the alarms. Next one is the John, the latest version of John the Ripper password cracker. The latest version is John the Ripper, and it is used to crack the password. Then CHNTPW enables you reset the password on Windows computer, including the administrator password. So we can reset the password using this tool. Then TCP dump. It is used for the packet sniffer and also the ethereal. You just note down your attendance in a chat box. Okay, I find very few of them. I created its file only. Hello. Just mark your attendance in chat box. Mohit. Okay, let's continue. Then next one is the packet sniffer. Packet sniffer are the device and or the software placed in the network to monitor traffic. So the packet sniffer is a tool that is used to check the network traffic. Network administrators are used sniffers for increasing security and tracking bottlenecks. Attackers use sniffer to obtain the information illegally. So whenever the attacker attack on the system, it first check the whether the packet sniffer is installed on the system or not. If it is installed, then it view the traffic, and then it performs the attack on system. On TCP/IP networks, the sniffer examine the packets, thus termed as the packet sniffer. So in TCP network, the sniffers examine the packet first and then attack on the system. So it is known as the packet sniffer. The OSI model packet sniffer works layer 2 or layer 3. Layer 2 is a physical, and then network layer and data link layer concerned with the layer 2 and 3. So the OSI model pocket sniffer works at data link layer and network layer. Some sniffers perform packet capture. Sniffers are used to analyze. Some of the sniffers are used to use for both the purpose. Okay, so the sniffers are used to perform the packet capture and packet view also. Your organization needs to have the policies about the network sniffing to comply with new federal laws or digital evidence. So it must be compiled with new federal laws and digital evidence. As Windows, they have many sniffing tools capable of capturing and analyzing the packet, but cannot feed the data. that collect directly into other tool. So there are many tools that use for the packet sniffing, but they are not used to collect the data. Okay. Next one, most of the tools read anything captured in packet capture format. Okay, some tools are used to just read the data. As forensic experts, you must choose the tools that best suit to your purpose. So the forensic expert choose the tool as per their requirement or the as the incidents happen. For example, if your network is being hit by the SYN flood attack, you need to find the packet with sync flag set. To find this packet, the TCP dump, Terrell, and Snort can be programmed to examine TCP headers and to sync flags. Okay, so whatever the attack has done, like that, the forensic expert must choose the tools. So these are some tools. TCP slice is good tool to extracting the information from the large libcap files. You specify the time frame you want to examine. Also capable of combining files. So this tool is used for particular purpose. It used to extract the information from libcap files. Next one is the TCP replay, a suite of tools which can be used to replay the network traffic record in libcap. So it is also used for the network monitoring to check which packets are moved from source to destination. This information used to test the network device such as the router, switches, etc. It also helps to test the network. Next one is the NGREP. It is used to examine the email header or IRC logs. It collects and hashes data for verification. So NGREP is used to check the email header. So whenever the email get to our machine, all the data is at email header, and that should be verified. Then Ethereal tool is used to view network traffic graphically. So Ethereal is one of the tools used for that purpose. Next one is the NetDude. It's a GUI tool which are designed as easy to use interface for inspecting and analyzing the large TCP dump file. So NetDude is used to analyze the large TCP dump file, which is used to know about the TCP traffic. Argus, it's a session data probe, collector, and analysis tool. So whatever the session data stored on our machine or on a server, that can be get using the Args. And last one, Ether. It may be repeated. It is used to real-time environment to open the saved trace files and packet capture. It also rebuild the session. So to handle the session, we use Ethereal. So these are tools useful for the network forensic on different platforms like Windows as well as Linux operating system. So here we end with our session. Today we have seen only tools that we use to perform network forensic. So if you have any difficulty, let me know. The latecomers, I will not mark your attendance. Okay, just just confirm that you write your attendance in a chat box. Okay, Saurabh Tambe, how many times you write your attendance? Khalid, you come late today. Okay, here we end the session. Okay, Khalid, I mark your attendance. Just come on a time. Okay, so here we end the session. Thank you for watching.